on this like and I washed it and I thought that the smell came off. Apparently different. I just walk around smelling like piss all day.
Well, I didn't notice, even
But
when you
I've been
asked me.
smelling piss all day and I'm like, who smells like piss? It's me!
I'm sorry.
Derby has never talked shit about his mom ever, except for every I'm sorry. He actually
Did you just say he's never talked bad about her except for every time he talks about her?
Yeah, I know, that came out bad.
Did I say they were in a fight or they weren't? I said they weren't.
We're all going to be on the bus together.
Why?
I don't talk about my parents to other people, because that's weird.
Where did I put my answer key? Oh, right here.
Oh my god. I never had his class, but he just knew because I was always playing.
All right. We cannot just multiply 0.85 4 times because the flights are not independent. If one flight is late, it's going to probably cause another flight to be late, which will then cause another flight to be late. They're not independent. We cannot assume that. And if we were to assume it, it would tell us somewhere in there to assume flights are independent. Caleb.
So it's the overall flights are 85%, but not each individual flight.
Correct. Yeah. All right, so today is the first review day of Wesley. Wesley, today's the first review day. I do have a little graphic organizer that I created that maybe hopefully will kind of help direct you with all the rules we have. And then we do have a couple problems that we're going to try after we fill in the graphic organizer, and then I'll give you your first review assignment. I don't see you tomorrow. Review on Wednesday, test Thursday. The test is on Thursday.
Is it going to be an easy test?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
It's going to be like any other test except for Unit 4.
Nolan, do you love Christmas?
Yes.
He was excited. I rest my I know, that was like really Wesley.
Why is that shocking?
Wesley, do you love Christmas?
What?
Do you love Christmas?
How can you not love Christmas, though? That's a better question.
Wesley's the outlier.
Bianca.
Brian, I'm sorry. I can spam laugh emojis in real life, I would.
All right.
Bianca, why'd you ask that?
Why not?
We're doing an experiment. We're doing a statistical. Yeah, we are actually. Why do white men love Christmas so much more than the rest of the population?
Do you love Christmas, Bianca?
Wait, he said you guys are eating.
I like it's Christmas. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
But he's like speechless. He's like, I don't know.
like, yeah.
He literally just like over Christmas. Like, come on.
Oh, like, do you love Christmas? He went, yeah. Like, I think it's so happy.
Wesley's the outlier because he went.
That's just Wesley.
But exactly, yeah. Wesley doesn't count.
All
I was
right.
thinking about Christmas before Halloween.
So, our first set of keywords, at least one, Shaylin, at least one, does not. Those words tell us we're going to use our complement rule or a variation of the complement rule, because that at least one is pretty much the complement rule, which is the probability A does not happen comes from 1 minus the probability A does happen. So if you see those words, complement or a variation of the complement rule.
Yeah, I literally cannot see that.
You can move up with Miranda and Melanie. Notes are short today, and then you can move back. No? Okay.
Oh, it is.
Okay, the way it looks like. Are these notes or a review or both?
That's an equal. I don't know how I...
That's one out.
I did. Thank you, Nolan.
Yeah, I got you.
There we go. All right. Then let's come over to this side. So, also, given, know that blank happened. Those are all words or phrases that should tell you you're working with the conditional probability rule. So the probability B happens given A happened comes from the probability of A and B happening divided by the probability of A. Thank you. Then we have or. Or tells us we're going to use one of our addition rules. We have two addition rules. One is for when the two events are mutually exclusive. When the two events are mutually exclusive, we can find the probability of A or B by adding the probability of A plus the probability of B. When the two events are not mutually exclusive, then our formula changes a little. The probability of A or B comes from the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the overlap of A and B. Next keyword is and. And tells us we're working with our multiplication rules. We have two multiplication rules. One is for when the two events are independent. Go ahead.
What class? Like, is this for
It's
seniors? It's seniors.
Seniors with a few juniors.
If you're a senior and you're just
Oh my gosh, Shaylin, it would kill you to stand up, wouldn't
I
it?
could kill you.
No, you wore those
I need
on
you.
Friday.
But I had to buy these on Friday.
No, I asked him. He was like, "Oh yeah, like I had to buy these for today." I said, "You don't have pajama pants?"
I don't want pajamas. Am I supposed to? What would I need pajamas for?
To sleep in? What do you sleep naked?
Suppose
Like,
I'll
what?
do seniors.
Yeah, you better.
Sleep in Boston? Yeah.
Well, I kind of feel bad for
That was
like
really
the interrupting
Yeah,
cow.
you better.
Did you wear those on Friday, no?
Huh?
Did you wear those ones on Friday too?
Kalia bought me these because she wanted them.
All right.
I'm asking seriously.
If our two events are independent, the probability of A and B comes from the probability of A times the probability of B. If the two events are not independent. Not right now. You should be taking notes.
You stare at him the whole time, he'll do it.
I don't get why that was funny.
It wasn't supposed to be funny. I hate that. Okay, go again.
The probability.
You can't make faces. Wesley stares at me like it makes me want to look away and do something else. Like, that's what you're like, oh wow, I'm gonna do this. You stare at Wesley long enough, like, bullshit makes me else.
If the two events are not independent, we find the probability of A and B by taking the probability of B given A happened times the probability of A. Now, I've taught you a lot of strategies for solving probability problems. I've taught you two-way tables, Venn diagrams, tree diagrams, and simulations. You should be familiar with those four things, how to do them, how to determine if a simulation is a good simulation for this situation. Questions? All right, you're gonna try the question below. Use one of our strategies and then use the keyword graphic organizer to figure out which rule we're working with. I'm really tired of saying the word rule. It sounds weird coming out of my mouth at this point.
As in, like, job.
Sorry. Shania, you have a birthday coming up.
Yes.
Happy early birthday.
So we finished the 27th. It's too early.
Tomorrow or
Bianca, try a strategy. Answer the probability question.
You look unamused.
Yeah, she's not doing her work.
Well, I don't know how to do it, so.
That's why you're supposed to try a strategy. And no.
What if I try like all strategies?
Good.
If I try all
Fit
of
them all in there.
use a Venn diagram, the
circles.
try
Yes.
use the gaslighting strategy. And I just
Good luck.
Just two big circles.
I don't know how to do
I don't know how to do it. Walk away. She's still looking. Oh, she's still looking.
I have a 3-year-old who tries crying anytime he gets in trouble. That does not faze me.
That's so mean.
No, that kid is
Henry will be like, Molly, sleep first. I'm like, I don't care. Stop crying.
Yeah, that's my dad. It's like, why are you crying? And I'm like,
It does not work.
yeah, because I'm a woman.
That's where I'm crying, but I just a teenage girl. See those car videos? Yes, dude, I want to post mine because when I get a parked car, oh my gosh. I want to tell you because I have a picture that flashed the camera because I went through. Well, really technically it was because not too fast, but it was through yellow light. Technically, I was seeing with that. I mean, oh, it's my 35 and a 20. Because I wanted to go through the yellow light, so we could punch the ceiling. So we punched the ceiling, and then the flash went off. So you turn on the camera.
Yeah, they were like, oh my god, we need to get a
what that picture looked like.
And a box around your Venn diagram.
Hey, someone who did this.
Which is totally like how
Are you doing Venn diagram?
cell phones get
I tried.
Okay.
No, and then I remember putting a note on the car that said, sorry I scratched your car, but they better not scratch.
So tell us it has to be
I did scratch your car, that's so funny. No, and then look at my car. My car was she just got beaten on her. And then we have this.
She's like, I won this.
So then all I had to do was like me to the insurance company when they got my insurance by $200.
Sorry, you're
Like,
do you want this? You're we're good.
I need help. So, I know these are the correct numbers to use, right?
The 40 is. Those are.
Yeah, because you just do
I
that.
wrote my whole English essay like a very, I was like, writing an essay analyzing themes in the Great Gatsby.
And 48 people have the tradition. 40% have both.
Sometimes I forget there's math in this class.
Yes. EM.
You know what? I was shocked when I failed the last test because there was no math.
I did. Your name poses
I still managed to fail.
What? You think you can try your math?
I did try.
He's like, what is this thing?
A wee bit.
No, not like
I did literally make the Venn diagram. I didn't know how to give up. I can't get any further than this.
Yes, you can. What goes in the middle?
How do you, don't you write something on the
Yeah.
outside like this and that?
No, it would be
The complement of that and that. So T complement. C
I did
complement.
not expect that.
I just don't know how to like the answer question.
What's the key word?
Probability of cell phone?
Do we have this one does not or and also given no happen?
no happen.
Why do you hate on other people?
If it says
Clearly you care if you hate on people, you clearly care.
like also,
Clearly.
oh my goodness, well.
Clear as day.
Dude, it's not letting me sign in. I need to
because when it's in the middle like that, one point, so point four has
show
gold,
you, obviously.
right?
So it's 90 minus 40.
Yeah.
What did I do? I almost forget about it.
I know the little one on the outside.
Oh, shit. I was gonna see what you're doing.
Dude!
Dude. He's such a hater.
Yeah. Found equations on the phone.
Make it easy to do it.
I know that for the test I'll be able to do
You
this.
want to pick that up for me? Come on, help me brother out. Why not?
Oh, if you add this up, it's like 0.98, so you know that like there's only 0.8. It has to add up for 0.0. So whatever is left is like that's what.
Help Morgan.
Look how big my butt looks to me.
He was showing it on the why? He was like
They already
backing it up on
counted
that.
us. They already counted us.
I know, we don't have it. I just wanted to say.
Oh, you just came to
No.
say hi to me? Hi. You have got a lot of self-confidence for that hideous thing.
What hideous thing?
The cat Santas. It's
Oh.
hideous. See what I mean? He's got a lot of self-confidence.
No, he has no shame. That's what it is.
That's a good way
Yeah,
to describe Colton.
Definitely not 20 miles per hour.
Oh my god.
I love how it was yellow for so long.
It was
yellow the whole time. Like,
But it was yellow
Okay.
and it went through it too. Like,
How do I figure out
yellow right
what's A and B? Like, do I just assign
what
it
is
to one?
yellow?
oh my god, it's so
There's different order. Sure. Will you put the Venn diagram up there, please?
Do you want to see this car that I did in July?
July.
July of last year.
Oh.
So, well, you wrote that wrong. That's why. It should be over. So, A is given. So, landline.
For my mom. He doesn't do that with moms. He does that with my mom too.
Yes. was the total of landlines.
Oh. You should be watching that right now.
Please do the table, Anna.
Yeah.
Please.
Dingy's and mama.
Who's crying?
Oh my gosh. You hit a car, you
That
got a
was-
speeding
I
ticket.
looked-
What's
I don't
wrong?
have a picture. I was
This was the
punching the
day
ceiling
before
when it
4th
was
of July
July
last
last
year.
year.
This is me going through ready.
Look how long is yellow for.
Then I just come in 15 miles over the speed limit. In my defense, it was icy outside.
Yeah, okay, you
so
hit
it
a
was like,
car?
if I were to hit the brakes, I would have slid. Like, it was icy, so it was like, I was scared to hit the brakes.
You
I
still hit a
just,
car.
I guess that
almost 2
I'm,
years ago.
you're
How do you
like
hit a car?
laughing.
Huh? It's like it's just funny
It wasn't
because like it
really
already
easy.
happened and I paid for the ticket myself, like, and it didn't go on my insurance.
Well, that's good.
So
Hit
yeah,
that hard.
I wouldn't
All
be
right.
laughing
I know,
if
because I think I
it.
hit it, and then I
Nolan,
let my foot off the
sit.
gas ring just to make sure I hit it.
Just to make sure.
I thought it was a dream.
So, Emma drew the Venn diagram for us. T was what she called the traditional landline. And then cell phones, she used C4. So those are how she got T and C. So we have 40% have both, which means that 8% have a landline but not a cell phone. 50% have a cell phone but not a landline, and then 2% of people just don't want to be able to be reached, period. And they don't have a landline or a cell phone. Jillian's gonna come draw the two-way table and answer the actual probability question for us. I don't know, whatever color you want.
I'm gonna use purple because I'm going to a college that's purple and white. I don't want to move it out of the way. This pin sucks.
Wow. Thanks.
Oh, I did it wrong.
Don't worry. Oh, you need it. You could have just added a line in there.
I already wrote total on both.
No, she's just like, I don't want to talk to you.
Don't be my parents. It's going good. I know it's fire hazard. There's a lot of people I don't like to talk to, so I'm really good at
Yeah.
I'm really good at ignoring people.
You know what?
Or just, it's not really ignoring people, it's just like drowning out the noise.
Your noise.
Other people's conversations. Like, you guys have been having conversations, like, past, like, whole class period.
Then you want me to
No, I mean, you're not doing it.
Oh no.
I'm gonna write it down.
Oh, we only have one number.
Yes.
Oh my god, I sent Margaret the picture. She said no. Why would you show her?
What if she gets a bad example for him? Try to adjust that.
I will just do this.
What picture? The blue car?
Is it like the Snapchat 2-year anniversary?
What's up, Shaylin?
Yeah, this was like 2 years ago.
All right.
No, it's
Notice, you stayed over there at first. Notice that the four numbers in the center of the two-way table.
I lose.
Bianca,
Talking about math though.
but I can't hear myself think.
Nobody can hear you think.
Those four numbers match the four numbers in the Venn diagram. And then Jillian found the probability that you have a cell phone given you have a landline, because if we look down at the question, here's our keyword also, which if you go back up to this graphic organizer, also means we're going to work with our conditional probability rule. So probability cell phone given a landline. I'm going to write it out a little more. That means you do the probability of a landline and a cell phone divided by the probability of a landline. landline and cell phone, 0.4, that's the overlap, divided by the probability you only have a landline, would be 0.48, or the landline circles, so those two numbers together. And you get 0.833 repeated. Questions? All right, try this one, please. This one makes me so angry because in this example, I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm not old, but in this example, older people are 30 or older, and
That is pretty old.
So you're old.
You're at least 3 decades at the least.
Yeah, you're closer to 50 than like 0, you know?
that was mean and uncalled for, Nolan.
Yeah, only 2 more decades to go, Miss Little.
Yeah. That's such a
You've
lot.
already done
There you
3.
go, Jenica.
That's 2 more.
Finish copying it
You're
down.
more than halfway there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You guys are mean.
She's gonna give you all an F.
You set yourself up though. You have to do this problem.
Should I use a Venn diagram again?
Are you the type of person that would say like I'm like 30 like 6 years young? Do you do that? Oh, because those people are weird. That's very weird, huh?
I do that with Clea and she hates it. Hates it.
What did you do if we were in the middle of a conversation and Bianca went,
And we're already done.
Yeah.
that was the one.
That was the one. Like, when we talk about something like seriously, like if you serious conversation, I'll just scream. She's like, why are you shutting up? Are you recording? Oh, sorry.
Are you? I know this one is like hurting my brain.
You guys are idiots.
Why does it have to talk about
You should just put us right here.
I'm usually recording in third period.
Okay,
So you are
wait, are though?
Why do you put us right next to it?
Sometimes I be, you know me, I love talking shit, and I love.
We're like, it's probably drama.
People are gonna hear me.
We should go back and watch it and see what we're talking about.
Colton, you're stinking.
Someone show us their photos.
He doesn't watch the videos. Davis does. Davis.
Hey.
Good job. They just lost. I don't want to be mean.
Big time loss.
No, after we
Davis
left,
knows he lost big
after
time.
we left, they were so mad. They were hating stuff on their way out, and then me, Marissa, and Clea were walking out, and the other team was coming to the locker room, like yelling and like screaming. And then Margaret was like, "Why are you yelling at us?" They're like, "We go hard, we go harder," and we're like, "We didn't do anything."
Is that the girl saying that?
What?
Is that the girl saying that?
No, the boys didn't hear. I
Oh, the boys said it to the girls?
Oh, let me see.
I'm always videoing.
You should show it.
Then you should be used to things recording constantly.
No, but it's with my own.
Things aren't usually recording for the good of humanity.
They were so loud.
Oh my gosh.
What?
And then after that,
I mean, when you get 100 points, I think you can do that.
now.
Yeah, that's
no, they
fair.
can't. I'm not saying they
Oh,
can't.
oh.
I was just scared. I was like, what are you doing to me though? Like, do to them.
You see when they took the poster down after the game?
Yeah, no, because they tried taking a picture. Because the girls team ended up taking a picture with the poster that says like,
Well, they
we
earned
put
it,
the
like-
competition to sleep.
You can't make that poster and lose though.
And then the
That's
girls
okay.
team was like, well, we have to make it another game.
Well, you can't make that poster and lose. You gotta win. You gotta back
It's
it
not
up.
like you made it do it.
Well, you should have made it like you gotta know you're gonna win.
I don't know, but then the boys tried taking pictures after the game, and then like Tony.
I know, that's why I'm waiting. Just isn't adding up here.
Well, if you make that poster, you gotta win. You know,
No, they have to make posters for every game.
you're just gonna make a poster.
It's so much fucking work. Oh, I
Can't
can
make
tell
a
you.
poster talking
Want to make a
smack.
poster? Look at Sean.
Hold up.
So much work.
Don't make those damn posters. They're gonna suck this year. So don't.
It's not that one I didn't make. That was
Good
Claire and
pass.
Tony that made that.
Good pass.
I went to
Green Candy?
the basketball game.
Green Candy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I love Green Candy.
yeah. I went to the basketball game. You know how they introduce the other team's players, like call them out? They tell you to turn around.
What?
And to not even face them.
That's weird.
And you can't clap and you can't respect them.
I'd be like,
And
pretty
literally,
surprised.
they like boo them. And they say, what are you?
95%. They're like use
They're basically like
4%, 35%
without getting paid.
So like,
I was like, what?
Wait, why were you there?
and then that's what's there.
Oh,
It's
oh, did you do it on the
the
4th?
that's young.
Did you do it on the 4th?
No, we can do it whenever.
When did you do it?
In November.
Oh.
It was like,
I wasn't there then, like, and you guys really want to go. Because I gotta go here.
well, I was gonna go there, but it's not like $7,000.
That's a pretty cheap
Let me
rate.
search this.
No, literally.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of
Yes.
OIT.
I'm scared. I had to get
The
away.
only reason why I didn't go to OIT was because
I got it. Remember when I did that?
but like,
You're gonna be down here
What
like
are you doing? Stay still.
But it's better than Clayman. What's in Clayman? Washing machines, that's it.
Do it.
But like washing that thing, washing that. That's all it is.
Or else.
yeah, but Denver was like right down the street. So that would keep me
I
alive.
just can't.
It
Like,
usually did that. It's not even that good. I got a hot cocoa.
do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'll probably
Go,
go
go,
back.
go.
I'm doing
He's up
it.
to bat.
If you go to RCC,
Go sit.
okay.
Well, I can't say no.
Oh, this little, I had
Yo.
Well, she said 95%.
Little hit.
I'm standing my ground.
And Rossman's been together for like forever.
I'm curious here, Wesley.
I don't know, my brain hurts.
He
tells me how many young people there are.
It was like
on the
there,
old
like,
guys.
Yeah, that one is a mystery.
Stuck again.
Oh, yeah.
This little, I'm having some issues.
Okay, how do I find old people?
So they walk around.
Keep it away from Wesley.
Oh. Take Wesley out.
What?
It's considered a weapon.
Maybe
So it's okay for the little
I thought this was math.
Oh my god.
so. That's young YouTube users.
And so,
You're young
total,
I don't use
old,
Well,
yeah.
actually, I shouldn't say I don't
Oh,
use
like, damn.
YouTube. That's where I post those videos.
Oh, yeah.
Of the older people, 35%
I'm
are
gonna bring
using
some shit in here.
YouTube regularly.
Before this one told me how many there are.
Yeah, but if 75% are young,
Oh, so then 25.
I have the same
whatever
shirt.
time they
Oh,
get
got
I just covered my wrestling shoes are covered in
Don't worry.
about 3 cents.
So we'll take 35% of this. 25%.
Oh, okay.
well, that might be helpful to know which one. Usually I try to avoid this twice, but a lot of people are. Alright, Annika's gonna help you guys out on this one. You guys need to stop being so focused on Venn diagrams and two-way tables. There's
Tree
two
diagram.
other approaches. You could use a Venn diagram.
Good.
And you
Yeah,
could
you seem
use a
lonely.
two-way table.
I'm
It's
fine.
just not as straightforward.
Oh, that's what the tree diagram is?
Ew.
Yeah.
We're getting there. Oh.
That thing is dusty.
I appreciate that. I don't think I'm old either.
They're just trying to like get extra credit by telling you that.
Earned.
Oh.
Earned. She
Oh.
earned extra credit.
Wait till you're my favorite teacher.
Really nice when I grade it. Caleb, stop sucking up.
Whoa.
I see a little bit of bias going on.
I use nice words. Use nice words.
I do nothing but appreciate the hard work that you do.
I appreciate you for the hard work.
Where's the car really?
Dude. So I don't ever want to hear you such what?
Sorry about that.
Oh my god. When I started making car noises, she went, Mr. Car. Wesley, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Wait, what?
I saw you do that. He went.
Damn.
I turned around for like 30 seconds and you're being inappropriate, Wesley.
Oh, what?
If a fight happened between them, will you let it happen?
Cartoonish laugh. How's that?
Yeah, according to the principal.
Cartoonish laugh.
Mr. Electric,
Some of the office is making me uncomfortable.
Oh, Emma.
I know, I'm gonna answer.
Thank you, ma'am.
Alright, so there are two types of internet users. There's young and old. It tells us 75% are young, that leaves 25% to be old. Of those young people, 95% use YouTube regularly, leaving 5% who don't use YouTube regularly. Of the old people, 35% use YouTube regularly, 65% don't. So to get these numbers, Annika multiplied 0.75 times 0.95, got us 0.7125. That's young YouTube users. And then the 0.75 times 0.05 gave us 0.0375. That's young, not YouTube users. Don't. That's what it is, a D. I thought it was an O for a second. I was like, what did she mean by O? It's a D. Young don't use YouTube. Old use YouTube. 0.25 times 0.35 gives us 0.0875. So that's old YouTube users. And then old who don't use YouTube, 0.25 times 0.65, which gives us the 0.1625. Now, the question is, what is the probability that a randomly chosen internet user is old if we know that? So there's our key phrase, if we know that, that tells us we're working with the conditional. So what's the probability they're old if we know they use YouTube? So we take old and YouTube divided by YouTube. Old and YouTube is the 0.0875 right here. So she put that on top. And then YouTube, you have to take young who use YouTube plus the old who use YouTube, which gives you 0.8 on the bottom. So we get 0.1094. Questions? Yes. I am going to come around with today's review. It's a worksheet, not out of the book.
I thought this was the review.
That was just some, yeah, get your